Israel has agreed to delay its ground invasion of Gaza to allow the United States to protect troops across the Middle East. American officials persuaded Israel to hold off until air defense systems can be placed in the region. U.S. officials believe their forces will be targeted once Israel launches the ground invasion. The delay also takes into account hostage negotiations and plans to supply humanitarian support inside Gaza. Pope Francis has been praying for peace in the Holy Land and is asking all Catholics to do the same. He's marked October 27th as a day of prayer and fasting for the Middle East. Here with more on how the church is responding is the national correspondent for the Tablet and Crux, John Lavenburg. Hi, John.
Hi, Christine.
So, John, how are dioceses taking part?
Yeah, so most dioceses around the country, many have encouraged their parishioners to tune in to the live stream of Pope Francis holding this prayer service, but others are also holding their own masses or prayer hours. So such as the Diocese of Brooklyn, they're holding a mass at the same time Pope Francis is speaking and a holy hour as well.
Speaking of Brooklyn, Brooklyn's Bishop Robert Brennan has spoken out against the violence in the Middle East since the Hamas attack on October 7th. Let's listen to what he had to say about that.
We have to be united in condemnation of what took place on the 7th of October, because that was above and beyond any kind of warfare or anything like that. That was just pure terrorism. I know that the relations in the Middle East are very, very complicated, but it's very disheartening to see the anti-Semitic rhetoric and even some of the actions, violence around the world, rhetoric around here. People have a right to express opinions, to express political concerns, but when it gets into anti-Semitism, really racism at any level, that's degrading to the human person, and quite honestly, that's a sin against God.
How else is the Diocese of Brooklyn showing solidarity?
Well, one thing that exists in New York City, it's called the Commission of Religious Leaders. And what that is Cardinal Timothy Dolan of New York convenes Bishop Brennan and other religious leaders in the city to talk about different issues so that when things arise, like different crises, they're able to respond adequately and support each other.
That's great they do that. What about over in Israel? Have any of the Catholic leaders there given an update on the conflict?
So the Latin Patriarch of Jerusalem, Cardinal Pierre Battista Pizzaballa, he actually sent a letter to his diocese recently where he denounced the Hamas attack on Israel and also Israel, their counterattack. He doesn't want the loss of life. And one of the things he said specifically, he said, as Christians, prayer is perhaps the most important thing we can do at this time.
Absolutely. John Lavenburg, national correspondent for the Tablet and Crux. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you, Christine.
And once again, on Friday, October 27th, there will be a holy hour at 11 o'clock at the Cathedral Basilica of St. James. Noon Mass will follow. It is open to the public, but if you can't make it, you can watch it live right here on Net TV. Be sure to pick up this week's Tablet newspaper to read more about the terror in the Holy Land. Learn about the airstrike that hit a Christian church in Gaza, killing at least 16 people. Then read the pleas for compassion from a New York rabbi. And the story of a Long Island man who flew to Israel to join the fight. Get your newspaper at your local parish this weekend, or you can get future editions sent straight to you by subscribing at thetablet.org. Hi, I'm Christine Persichetti, anchor of Currents News. If you like what you saw, please hit the like button on this video. And if you want to see more content just like it, subscribe and click on the bell for notifications. Thanks for watching, because we are putting your faith in the news.